Well, ladies and gentlemen, so it's been a little while since we talked about how much money Bud Light has actually lost. Now, I know we talk about percentages all the time, right? It's always this percent, that percent, but we never actually talked about the physical dollar amount. How much money has Bud Light actually lost during XYZ amount of time? Now, I have some sales data that I want to go over from Outkick, and this article has a headline that says Bud Light bleeds millions in latest sales data as rival brands soar. It's kind of a twofold, right? We're going to talk about Bud Light and how much money they've actually lost, but we're also going to talk about the fact that how much of that money has actually gone to rival brands. It is no coincidence that rival brands are up a ton of money while Bud Light is down a ton of money. That is not a coincidence. Consumers have left Bud Light and decided to go to different brands that rival them. So we're going to get into this article, guys. But of course, before we do, just consider giving this video a like to push us out into the YouTube algorithm, and consider subscribing because we're on our way to 25,000 subscribers. So the article says more brutal Bud Light sales data is rolling in. Bud Light has been getting crushed ever since the brand made the insanely stupid decision to team up with Dylan Mulvaney. All right, we're starting this off strong. I like it, and I agree with that 100%. That was one of the most stupid decisions any company could have made, and I'm glad Bud Light was the one that made it. It says the latest sales data showed Bud Light was down more than 31% in terms of volume sold. 31% less volume, ladies and gentlemen. Do you know what that even means? Like, that is an insane fucking number. 31% in volume sold. That is crazy. They are not moving the same amount of beer, not even close. It is just sitting on shelves, and people are starting to panic sell them. People are starting to pull out from selling Bud Light, period. You got retailers essentially reallocating shelf space that went to Bud Light to other rival brands. Now, it is bad. It's a bloodbath. It really is. But it says now data from Money Watch shows Bud Light sales were down a staggering 26.3 million for the week that ended June 25th when compared to the same period a year ago, according to Fox News. Ladies and gentlemen, $26.3 million for simply 1 week. Just 1 week, they lost almost $27 million. Ladies and gentlemen, that is freaking insane. That's insane. Imagine how much money they have been losing over the past 2 months plus. Like, even if you take $27 million and you times that by 8, that brings you to a whopping $216 million in lost sales on average over the past 8 weeks. It's a crazy number. I can't even fathom losing that much money. This was probably in history the most expensive collaboration with a grifter ever. Seriously. I mean, Dylan Mulvaney has to go down in history in the Guinness World Book of Records for the most expensive collaboration with an influencer ever. He cost the company an ungodly amount of money. It's quite disgusting. It says the company just can't stop bleeding sales despite the fact that its beer is being sold at heavily discounted prices. My local grocery store was selling cases for the price of broccoli and coffee, yet people still aren't interested in buying it. While people might not be interested in buying the Anheuser-Busch brand, other beers are soaring as much as the once popular light beer collapses. Yuengling is up 22%. Coors Light is up 19%, and Miller Lite is up by 16% for the same time period, according to the same Money Watch data. I gotta tell you guys, these rival brands, I would almost guarantee you, they are probably having meetings at their corporate locations, and they're saying, thank God Bud Light was the first one to get woke, because I promise you, all these corporations probably had some stupid Pride message ready to go for the entire month of Pride, but then Bud Light was like, oh, wait, we're going to get to it first, and by getting to it first, they essentially showed the other corporations like, hey, this is probably not a good idea, and they took the entire fall for it. Bud Light literally took the entire fall for the rest of the beer industry, who probably was going to go woke during Pride Month, guaranteed. It says Circana reported Modelo, the top-selling beer since May, saw sales increase 10 million, according to Fox News. It's amazing just how bad the issue has become for AB and Bud Light. Turns out teaming up with someone who seemingly mocks women for a March Madness ad isn't a great idea. The backlash was immediate to the Mulvaney ad, and it's not slowing down. In fact, the more Bud Light and Anheuser-Busch attempt to dig in, the worse it gets. The entire situation could have been resolved with an apology. Instead, the light beer brand just attempts to pretend nothing happened. Clearly, it's not a winning strategy. The company is bleeding money, sales are down, and Bud Light has become a punchline to a bad joke. Now, that's the thing. I don't know if an apology would have actually worked. You guys can let me know in the comments down below whether you actually disagree or agree with the fact that an apology would have worked. I think it all comes down to timing, really, at the end of the day. So if they were to apologize, it would have had to come basically almost right after the situation happened, right? It would have to come out within a week. I would say within a week, probably less though. It would have come out pretty quickly. Otherwise, what starts to happen if you let it sit and you let it fester, this is not something that's just going to go away by ignoring it. I know that seems to be the strategy for a lot of marketing departments. Whenever something bad happens, they're like, "Oh, just stay quiet and eventually it's just going to go away." But it's not. It's not going to go away. This particular deal is not going to go away. And the simple reason why is because there's people like myself talking about it, tons of YouTubers talking about it, celebrities are talking about it. They're literally a meme. People make fun of Bud Light. People make fun of Bud Light drinkers. Everybody always makes the gay joke every time somebody asks for a Bud Light at a bar. So when you get to that level of notoriety, when you get to that level of memeability, you really cannot walk away from it. People are going to meme you for as long as they possibly can. The internet is damn near forever at this point. So again, I don't know if I necessarily agree that an apology would have fixed anything, but if they were going to apologize, it would have had to been really early into it before people got all riled up, before all the news articles started spinning, before everybody decided to start making videos, before everybody jumped on the train and started talking about this god-awful decision with Bud Light. They should have done it sooner. They definitely should have done it sooner. They should have apologized sooner, and they probably would have not have seen as bad of a sales loss. But by simply ignoring everybody, by pretending like nobody knows what they're talking about, by pretending like everybody is just racist or transphobes or whatever the case you want to call them, by pretending all of these things, you're just digging yourself into a further hole, the likes of which you are just incapable of getting out of. I don't see how Bud Light is going to be able to get out this hole. They're going to have to find a way to operate in that new hole that they're in, if that makes sense, right? So if they're down 20-something million dollars per week, this is going to be their new normal. This is going to be their new sales normal. I don't see them picking it up anytime soon. And anytime someone goes to grab a Bud Light, they're going to essentially be called gay. They're going to be made fun of. And I don't think people really want to deal with that. And that's probably what the normies are doing. They're going out to bars, they're getting Bud Light, and then people are memeing them. Then they have to go find out why they're being memed. And then all of a sudden, oh, I'm not going to drink Bud Light. So it's a domino effect. It really is. And I don't think that Bud Light is going to come back from this whatsoever. But you guys can let me know what you think. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you did enjoy it. If you did, consider leaving me a subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. Don't forget to like the video, comment, let me know what you thought, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Hypnotic out.